That is the reason why I'm continuing, because yeah. All right. Any other questions apart from this?
Hi, sir. Good morning. I'm
I'll kickstart the class in dot in another 5 minutes. Okay, we are not going to extend
Hi, sir. I'm
anyone more time.
Ashish. Hello.
Yeah. Please, just a minute. Um, why this WhatsApp is not loading? Last 3 minutes we are having for the day one. Meanwhile, if you are having any questions, you are happy to ask. Any questions, any challenges, any doubts that you are having?
Sir, one question that in which industries you float the resumes or IT, non-IT?
Not. See, as I said during the demo, this position is for the across all the domains. Okay, this position is for the across all the domains. We shoot the CV for the everyone, not only for the one area. If you see the Bangalore or Hyderabad, any location, every area profile will get shot. Okay, because if you go to the manufacturing domain, if you go to the what is that IT services based company, or you are good to go to the any of the other companies, right? You are good to. Okay, okay. In such a way that works. Okay, because we are going to select for the, there was an option called as a IT which covers for all the domains. Got you? While you are choosing the preferences, that helps you. Yeah, yeah,
Got it.
yeah. Um, happened. Okay, I'm almost close. Last 1 minute we are having to kickstart. I'm going to set up the benchmarks. What are the expectations? Sorry, go on the mute, please. Anybody are from the previous batch students here?
Yes, sir. Praveen.
Hey, hi, Praveen.
Yeah, hi, sir.
Tina.
Actually, I have got a job in PMO role.
Oh,
I need to
PMO.
join. Yeah, I need to join from first of this month, next month. So it might be not possible for me to join in evening batch. So I wanted to continue from this batch actually, start from
Oh,
here.
yeah, no problem. You're good.
Actually, I
All
have
right.
got a gap around 2 years, and then I have got job in PMO.
Good. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
PM also is remains same boss. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I think we are good. So I'll keep this session as recording. And anybody apart from our Praveen, the previous batch students? All right.
Recording in progress.
Yeah. So thank you so much for joining for the day one session. So let me give you the quick intro. So myself, Indra Kumar, I'm based out of Hyderabad. So what are the expectations that you're going to get from today is, so the classes will begin at dot by 6 o'clock. Okay, 2 minutes prior I will join. 5:58 I will join. Make sure that you are joining at least 1 minute prior. How it works from tomorrow? We are going to have the, okay, from tomorrow we are going to have the, what is the one, um 6 to 6:15 was the mock sessions. So whatever the topics that we are going to cover for today, right? Okay, whatever the topics that are we going to cover for today, you are good to, we are going to pick up at the last. Okay, whoever are interested for the mock sessions, we will complete the mock sessions for the first 15 minutes. By 6 o'clock we will kickstart. 6 to 6:15 we will complete, and 6:15 to 7:40 is the hard stop. 6:40, 6:42 we are going to complete the class. Got you? This is the one expectations. The second one is any of the student, as I said, 90% are from the non-IT background. It is very critical and very important that what is the scenario? You are good to ask the questions. If let's say we are on the discussion right now. If you don't understand any of the terminology, Please don't wait till last minute. Don't wait till last minute. Please, please unmute yourself and stop. Ask the question which is relevant to that particular day topic only. Let's say if I'm talking on the XYZ topic, you are good to XYZ topic, you are good to ask the question right away. Got you? Hey Indra, I couldn't able to understand this. Can you please explain? Got you? Don't wait till last minute. That is going to kill your learning. Got you? Don't wait till last minute to ask the question. Any question related to that particular topic, if you don't understand, please unmute yourself and ask the question. This is what the second basic thumb rule. The third one is, okay, the third one is whatever we are discussing, whatever we are talking, we are discussing, let's say today topics are XYZ topics. It is your responsibility is to complete on the same day. Come up with the questions, come up with the challenges that you are facing. So every day we are having the session at the okay, every day we are having the session at the 8 p.m. in the evening. That is the clarification session. 8 p.m. in the evening, or let's say go for the 8:30. 8:30 on the same link you will have the clarification session. You are going to join and you are going to resolve the any of the clarifications that you are having. Hope that sounds good. Yeah, sounds good. These are the three expectations from Adya as well. Are you clear till now?
Yes, yes.
All right. Now, let me share my screen and all the best for your learnings. All right. So, why this clarification session is going to help you? Because, as I said, the 90% are for the 90% are from the non-IT background. It is very critical and very important to understand the step-by-step execution. Okay, step-by-step execution. All right. Now the next one. Now the next one we are talking about is. So let us move on. We are going to talk about. Okay, we are going to talk about. There are a couple of areas today. Okay. So any of the person, if you are coming from the any of the industry, if you join once you join any of the software industry, whether it is in the any of the domain, it is very important and very critical to see that there are what are the software development life cycle. Got you? Why this is going to place a critical role? Okay, why this is going to place a critical role? If you join any of the company, whether it is a new project or the running project, as a Scrum Master, it is very important to understand what happens in which stage and what is your role as a Scrum Master. This is very critical. Okay, this is very critical. So here I'm talking about is, let's assume how this is going to work you. Let's say you hired for some XYZ company and they are expecting and the project is happening from the scratch. Okay, the project is happening from the scratch. Then what will happen if the project is happening from the scratch? Then what is the scenario that is happening from the scratch? What is the scenario? So you are good to you are going to execute from the beginning. Let's say you joined with the some XYZ company. If the project is into the middle and you are going to understand how the things are happening. Okay, how the things are happening. What are the stages are there? What will happen each and every stage? It is very critical to understand. For that, we are going to kickstart today with our practices with the basics. Basics are nothing but you see here what are the software development life cycle. Then we talk about the what is the waterfall. Then we talk about the what is the agile. So please understand there are six stages of the in general in image there are seven, but this planning and requirement analysis will club together. Got you? Planning and requirement analysis will club together. So this is the stage one. The design is the second one. Code, the development is the third one. Testing is the next one. And once the testing is done, we are going to deploy that code into the production. Once we deployed, if any issues comes from the maintenance, any issues comes from the maintenance, we are going to fix the issues. Simple to understand this. If I want to build any of the application, let's assume I decided to go ahead and tie up with the let's say TCS or the Wipro. At the beginning of the stage one, they are going to do this. We are going to do the planning and we are going to do the requirements. We are going to understand what are the requirements. Once it is done, the designs will happen. Okay, the designs will happen. Once the designs are done, okay, once the designs are done, we are good to go for the coding. Once the coding is done, testing will happen. We are going to deploy that code into the, okay, we are going to deploy that code into the production. Okay, we are going to deploy that code into the production. Once it is, once it is done, let's say you are using the WhatsApp. You are downloaded from the WhatsApp from the Android. You are good to go to the Play Store. From there, you are good to download. While you start using that application, if any issues comes in from the live application, that is called as a maintenance. So let us deep dive what happens in each and every stage. First, what I'm going to do, the 10 minutes I'm going to cover how this works in the different industry. So there we will get, you will get some idea. From there I'm going to pick up the one mobile app application. Okay, from there I'm going to pick up the one mobile app application. Got you? So for now, I'm good to move on. So let's say I'll give an example, simple example. Let's say here, let's say Harshita is from Hyderabad. Okay, she purchased some flat. Just understand before we deep dive. She purchased a flat from, let's say, my home. So what happened? She purchased some, let's say, 1770 square feet. They are not going to do any of the interiors, right? They will just give the walls only. They're going to give the flat handover just with the walls, and what are the basic things are there like electricity, all these things, they will hand over the flat to the stakeholder, the client, correct? So here what will happen? Who are Anusha? If I have purchased a flat here from the my home, so myself I call it as a client. I am the client for the I am the client for the my home, correct? So we are in IT industry, we are going to call it as a either the stakeholder, either the business, either the client, either the customer. Okay, these are the four names are remain same. Who are the service providers? Let's say I got the flat handed over by them. Okay, I got flat handed over by them. Then what is the scenario? Okay, then what is the scenario? So these are all the peoples. Okay, these are all the people. There are many of the peoples who can do the interiors, because myself I cannot do the interiors, right? I should go ahead and approach somebody. Who are them? They are the service providers. Service providers are nothing but, see, I have my own flat. I'm not going to install, I'm not going to do the interiors. For that, I need somebody, whatever the requirements that I'm having, I need somebody to fix it. Those requirements are nothing but they are who are going to provide. There are many of the people who can provide the services. Let's say True Interiors, Home Lane, Leave Space, Godrej. There are many of the interiors are there. So what will happen? Let's say she decided to go for the True Interiors. Then what is the scenario? Please understand. At the beginning of the stage, let's assume I'm having the appointment, let's say this Saturday. So what I will do, uh, let's say Anusha, what she's going to do, she's going to share the floor plan to the interiors. Why she's going to share the floor plan to the interiors? Because they are having the experts before the client reach the office, based upon their experience and their understanding, they are going to have some designs are ready. These designs are going to help them to make them start interact as soon as they reach the office. Got you? So what will happen at the beginning of the stage? The beginning of the stage is planning and requirement analysis, requirement gathering. Here what will happen? Before they go to the office, before they meet the client, I mean stakeholder service providers, the Anusha is going to share the floor plan. What will happen? Before Anusha step into the office, before the appointment time, they are going to have some designs ready based upon their understanding. So what will happen as soon as the stakeholder and service providers are going to meet? So what will happen? They start discussing on the ideas. What are the ideas that I'm having? Just with the ideas, I'm not going to build anything. They are just the ideas only. Because I am the stakeholder, I'm having the some basic idea how my kitchen should be like this, how my master bedroom, how my kids bedroom, how my kitchen should look like this. But with that, we are not going to with that we are not going to do anything. So they are just the ideas only, because these ideas we are going to convert them into the requirements. Who are going to convert? The Service providers are going to convert their ideas into the requirements. What are the requirements? Okay, if they heard like TV unit should be like this, because they are having the vast experience in building them. They are having the vast experience in doing the interiors. So for that, what are we going to do? They are going to have the basic idea. Okay, they are going to have the basic idea, and they are going to convert the ideas into the requirements. What are the requirements? What are the flat size? What are the quality? What are the colorings, budget, duration, and plan ABC? Because let's say Anusha said like my budget is 15 lakhs. First, they are going to double check whether this can be done by the within this 15 lakhs or not. These are the requirements from XYZ. Okay, these are the requirements from XYZ. So what is the scenario? Whether this can be done in within the timeline or not, that is very critical. Got you? So the beginning of the stage, they are going to understand, and whatever the ideas that they are having, they are going to convert the ideas into the requirements. So here, what is the need here? They are going to ask, what do you need in your house? This is what the step one. Once it is done, what will happen? Who are going to build this one? The service providers, correct? They are going to do the analysis. So whatever the requirements that we received from the stakeholder, whether are we going to achieve them within this timeline or not, whether this budget is comfortable for us or not, or is there any plans that we need to discuss with the stakeholder. So what will happen once they are agreed? Okay, let's assume they decided to go for the some XYZ budget. Okay, so what will happen? Let's assume they decided to go for the 18 lakhs of the budget. The duration is 60 days. So what will happen? Till now they discussed with the oral only. There is no documentation. Why it is very mandatory to have the documentation? Because later on they should not blame together. Later on the client will not say that, hey, this is what the beginning, this is what the end product we delivered. But the stakeholder said like, no, I'm not happy with this deliverables. To avoid all this one, it is mandatory that we are going to have the some documentation, kind of a agreement. What they are going to mention? They are going to mention all the specifications of the interiors in terms of the quality, in terms of the colorings, in terms of the duration, in terms of the budgeting, in terms of the maintenance window. All the areas, whatever they have discussed orally, it is mandatory to go ahead and do the documentation. That is a kind of a agreement. Once the agreement it is done, then we are all set to go for the next step. So here, who are going to do the sign off here? Both the service providers and the stakeholders, both the peoples are going to do the both the peoples are going to do the sign off. Once the sign off is ready, once the agreement is done, then what will happen? We are not going to go for the fixing the, they will not kickstart the interiors. What are the next step? The next steps are the designs. So what we do on the designs, who are going to perform the designs? The true interiors, they are having the architects. What these architects are going to do, based upon their experience, based upon the past experience and the requirements from the stakeholders already they have documented. Based upon that, they are going to prepare the designs. So why these designs are going to play a critical role? Please understand why these designs are going to play a critical role. Without having the proper designs and the understanding, it is not possible to go ahead and kickstart the interior works. It is not possible. For that, what are we going to do? You see here, they are going to take some time. Let's say they will take 1 week of the time. These architects, they are going to prepare the designs in the form of, let's say, whether it is a drawings, whether it is a blueprints, whether it is a 2D or 3D, they are going to create them, and they are going to invite the stakeholder. They are going to invite the client. So whatever the designs are ready, it is mandatory to review with them. So why it is mandatory? Think before you build. What does it mean by, hey, this is what the requirement at the beginning. This is what the based upon your requirement we have built these designs. Whether you are happy with these designs or not, do we need to do any? Are there any changes that we are going to execute? Got you? Are there any changes that are we going to execute? Are you clear now? This is very critical and very important because why they are going to review well in advance. Once they kickstart the work, if they want to do any of the changes, again that is going to take the time. Again, what will happen? They are going to invest a little more money. That is the reason why think before you build is nothing but once the designs are ready, they are going to review with the stakeholders. If there are any changes, let's say the guest bedroom, I'm not liking the way that I got the design. I will inform them, they will make the changes. So once the designs are approved, it is mandatory to review with the stakeholder. And the second one is it is mandatory to get the sign off from the stakeholder. This is the second step. Once the sign off is done from the designs, then what will happen? The implementation will come. Who can do the implementation? The carpenters will come, or the interior specialist will come, or the workers will come. Based upon the designs and the document, they are going to start implement them. They are going to start do the interiors. Once the interiors are done, okay, once the interiors are, let's say, once the implementation is done, okay, once the implementation is done, so then what will happen? It is mandatory to do the testing. Who are going to perform the testing? Every company, they are having the QA team. QA is nothing but the quality team. They are going to test it. Okay, this is the document, this is the agreement, this is the designs, and whether they have met the requirements or not. Why it is very mandatory to why it is very critical? Because it is very critical and very important to understand the testing. They are going to test it whether they have executed or not. Because if without doing the proper testing, if you hand over to the stakeholder, what will happen? Again, they are going to get the rework. There are more possibilities that they are going to get the rework. So what happens here in the testing? This QA team, they are going to test it as per the approved designs and the document, whether these interior specialists are executed or not. If yes, we are good, no worries. If not, let's say some areas we haven't met the requirements, they are going to add the comments and they will assign it back to the interior specialist. They will fix it. Again, the testing will happen. It is mandatory that the QA sign off is mandatory here. The QA sign off is mandatory here. Once the quality team give the sign off, then they are going to invite the stakeholder for the review. They are going to invite the stakeholder for the review. The, the client will reach to the flat and they are going to keep the one hand the design part and the documentation. The other side, they are going to explain step by step. Sir, this is what the requirement, that madam, that is what the requirements. This is how we executed. Okay, this is as per the designs. So please understand here why it is very important, why it is very critical to review with the stakeholder. It is mandatory to get the feedback. Okay. Now, once it is done, let's assume they have executed as per the documentation. It is all final step. They will hand over the keys to the stake client. They are going to hand over the keys to the client. Once the client step in, every company, they are providing the maintenance is nothing but, let's say I have purchased, let's say, Atomberg fan from the Amazon. So what is the guarantee? 3 years, if something goes wrong, we are going to fix it. Here also the same, right? So these true interiors are committing for 10 years. Within the 10 years, if any issue comes in, apart from the physical damage, rest all the things we are going to fix it within the timeline. Even for the maintenance also, it is mandatory that we should have the timelines. Let's say if Anusha raise a ticket now, they are going to give the timelines called as a 5 to 7 days. Within the 5 to 7 days, they will come and they will fix the issue and they will go. This is how it works. So why we discussed this area is nothing but how the software development even will happen at the interiors, so that we are deep diving into the now we are deep diving into the one of the areas, mobile app application. Are you clear till now before I go there? Yeah, so far are you clear?
Yes.
Indra, Hashita here.
Hmm.
So in this all this process,
Mhm,
initially from the planning,
mhm.
so our role will be there, right? Till the end, we will be
Yes, yes,
communicating in this role.
yes. I'm just discussing. We are just going now. Yeah. We are about to
Right.
discuss
And
now.
one thing,
Hmm,
stakeholder you had mentioned, right? For
hmm,
us, they are the stakeholder, and
hmm,
I mean the company.
hmm.
And for the company, we are the stakeholder, right?
Yeah, let me tell you. Let's say,
That is little bit confusing.
yeah, yeah. Let's say you have purchased a flat.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
If let's say you purchased from the My Home.
Okay.
My
Yes.
Home is a company.
Yes.
You are the client for them.
Yes.
Let's say if you want to build the interiors, what will happen? You are the stakeholder now. You are the owner for that flat now.
Okay.
Whoever are going to build the interiors for you, they are the client for you.
Hmm. Okay.
Simple now?
Yes. Yes. I got
Yeah.
it. Thanks.
If you are doing the funding, okay,
Hmm.
you are doing, let's say you are doing the funding, you are not going to fix the interiors. For that, you are
Yes.
hiring for that, you are hiring the who can provide the service for you.
Okay.
Yeah, simple.
Okay.
Yeah. Now we are deep diving. What will happen in the food delivery app application? There are some screenshots I have shared on the WhatsApp. We are going to discuss. Okay, we are going to discuss step by step execution. All right. Now, first let us try to understand. This is very critical, guys. Sometimes you know what will happen. The company will hire you for the right away for the completely new project. If they hired you for the complete new project, it is very critical to understand what, as a scrum master, what you are going to do in that each and every stage. How effectively that you are going to execute, that we will discuss step by step. Okay. Now let's assume the same scenario. Mobile app. Let's say now what happens instead of the interiors, we are going for the mobile app application. That is the food delivery app application. Who is Anusha? Is the stakeholder same only? Any name is remain same. Got you. Let's say there are many of the service providers are there. TCS, Wipro, Cognizant, Capgemini. There are many of them. Let's say she decided to go for the TCS. Then what happens here? So please understand. At the beginning of the stage, planning, analysis, and requirement gathering. Let's assume you are the Scrum Master. Please focus, guys. Any questions, please unmute yourself, speak out. So please understand. They hired you the Scrum Master for the new project. Let's say I am the Scrum Master. I hired for the TCS for one of the mobile app application. We are kickstarting from the scratch. Then what is my job as a Scrum Master is? My job is to facilitate the meeting with the right audience. So let's say I joined with the TCS. How would I know who are going to invite? As soon as you join any of the company, you are going to be assigned by the buddy. They are going to help you at the beginning of the transformation, beginning of the journey. They are going to talk about what is the project, who are the stakeholders, from the internally who are all there, who are all the project managers, who are the BA we are having, who are the designers are there, who are the project managers, who are the developers and QA team, all everything you are going to get the information. So now what will happen? I am the Scrum Master. At the beginning of the stage, my job is to facilitate the meeting between the Scrum team, the stakeholders along with the service providers. So what will happen at the beginning of the stage? Here what happens, okay, beginning of the stage, who are going to participate, please understand. Stakeholders by default will come, product managers, architects, business analysts, UI UX designers, program managers, Scrum Master, product owner, dev leads, QA managers, project managers, CTO are optional. So please understand, there are two areas we are going to talk. One is the waterfall and agile. As a Scrum Master, they are going to hire you for the agile, not for the waterfall. They are hiring the Scrum Master for the agile. If this project is into the waterfall, there is no Scrum Master, there is no product owner. Rest all the roles are remain same. What is the waterfall? We can discuss in another 30 minutes. No need to worry. So here what will happen? You are the Scrum Master. You are hiring for the agile project. Least bother for now for the waterfall. So I am the Scrum Master. My job is to share the meeting invite for the right audience. Whoever are from the right audience from the client side, How many people are looking after that product project? We are going to invite them. Along with that, internally, whoever are going to participate, my job is to share the meeting invite. This is the first step. Okay. The first step is to see that the planning is nothing but we are going to define the goals. We are going to define the scope, resources, schedule timelines. What is the budget? Whether within the budget, within the timelines, with these resources, are we able to execute them or not? Without doing the proper planning, it is not possible to go ahead and step in. So here what happens? At the beginning of the stage, my job as a Scrum Master is to facilitate the meeting. Okay, facilitate the meeting. So here what will happen? Anusha will bring the some XYZ requirements. What are the requirements she will bring? Hey, I'm from Hyderabad. I want to, let's say currently the food delivery app applications, we are having Zomato and Swiggy, correct? Zomato and Swiggy. I want to build more superior application. I want to build more superior application. Now what is the scenario? I want to build the more superior application. Then what is the scenario? Okay. Then what is the scenario? More superior applications. And I want to bring the more easy platform for the end users. So for that, what will happen? Whatever the ideas that they are having, the ideas are going to discuss at the beginning. Ideas are not the requirements. Ideas are not the requirements. During the workshop we are going to do, these service providers and the stakeholders, they are connected together. We are going to discuss because this TCS, they have built the thousands of applications. They are having the vast experience. So what will happen at the beginning of the stage? Whatever the ideas that the stakeholders they are having, they are going to convert the ideas into the requirements. They are going to convert the ideas are into the requirements. Requirements are nothing but there are two different types of the requirements that you can see. What are the two different requirements that you can see? One is the functional. Okay, one is the functional. The second one is the functional. The second one is the non-functional. So please understand, just blindly, functional is nothing but, let's say I have opened the Amazon application. Let's say I have opened the Amazon application. Then what is the scenario? Okay, I opened the Amazon application. Then what is the scenario here? Amazon application. Then what is the scenario? Whatever you can see in front of this desk, these are all the functional requirements. Let's say I'm just clicking on this accessories. This is loading for in fraction of seconds. They are happening in the background. They are happening in the backend. They are all nothing but the non-functional requirements. Functional requirements are nothing but any of the requirements we are going to divide into the two categories. One is the functional and second one is the non-functional requirements. So these are all the functional requirements we can say. One second, I'll share you this. Oh, just a minute. Let me find them. Where it got missed. Just a minute on my. Yeah, here it is. Okay. So functional and non-functional requirements are nothing but, let's say for any of the mobile app application, you see here, you are able to easily understand. Let's say user registration and login, user profile management, search restaurant, view restaurant details, browse menu details. So whatever you can see in front of whatever you can see in front of your eyes, what the app should do. As soon as if I go ahead and click on this, what you can see inside the application, they are the functional requirements. Non-functional requirements are not visible to your eyes, in the application is nothing but, let's say, as soon as if I go ahead and click on this any of the application or any of the functionality, that should load in 2 to 3 seconds. You are not going to define which one is working on the back end. 99.9% every time this is available as soon anytime the end users can log in. The first fast structure response. So these are all the things comes under the these are all the things comes under the what is the scenario? Non-functional requirements. Let's say I have started using the one launching one application. My application I am focusing for the 10,000 customers at the beginning. This application can handle up to 10,000. If any number will go beyond, what will happen? Up to 10,000 plus. Let's say if we are going for the 50,000, what will happen? The application performance will come down. Again, they have to increase the load functionality. So whatever any of the discussions at the beginning of the stage, there are two differences. What the app should do, they are the functional requirements. How well the app should perform, they are the non-functional requirements. Okay, they are the non-functional requirements. Simple example. You see here, if you can see the login page functionality, search for the place order and make payment. These are all the things I can see them. But these are all the things I'm not going to see them. How fast this is working, how secure it is, whether this is available or not for all the areas. Got you? These are all the non-functional requirements. Any of the discussions around, any of the discussions around, the step one will happen at the beginning of the stage. They are going to discuss at the beginning of the stage, clients and the stakeholders, sorry, clients and the service providers. They are going to talk about what are the ideas that they are having, and what are the requirements need to be segregated, what are the functional and what are the non-functional requirements that we are having. Now the next one is, once we are going to document, what is the outcome here, what is the outcome here for them. So here the outcome is, we are going to get the product vision, what needs to be delivered. This is the food delivery app application, and we are going to define what needs to be delivered as part of this application. That is what the step one. What is my job as a scrum master? My job as a scrum master is to not to get the requirements. My job as a scrum master is to set up the meeting invite with the right audience, and we are going to set up some common documentation tools. What are the common documentation tools? Let's say it is a shared word or the Excel, whatever it is, whatever it is. Okay, whatever it is, that is absolutely fine. Your job as a scrum master is to see that. Okay, your job as a scrum master is to see that what is the scenario. You are good to go ahead and have the common documentation tool. Some discussions are happening. Let us use the common document for everybody to maintain the transparency. So my job as a scrum master at the beginning of the stage, my job is to go ahead and facilitate the meeting with the right audience. I'm going to ensure that the common documentation. Then I'm going to talk about the agile mindset. What is the agile mindset? You will understand in some time later part today, in another 30 minutes. This is the step one. So then what will happen? As a scrum master, I'm not responsible to bring the requirements. I'm not responsible to understand what are the stakeholder requirements that they are coming from. For that, we are having the BAs, we are having the product owners, we are having the product managers, we are having the architects for all the discussions. Then who are going to take the ownership in terms of the businesses, in terms of the businesses requirements? There is a role called as a product owner. We will deep dive later parts what the product owner will do. Got you? We will deep dive later parts what the product owner will do. Okay. Now the next one I'm talking about is, okay. Now the next one I'm talking about is, so the concept is very simple here. Okay, the concept is very simple here. So my job as a scrum master at the beginning of the stage is to set up the meeting with the right audience. Here at the beginning of the stage, what will happen? Here in this stage, what will happen? Here we're going to talk. Here we're going to talk about at the what happened. Just a minute. This is my WhatsApp. Okay. So here what will happen at the beginning of the stage? My job is to go ahead and facilitate the meeting. My job is to send the meeting invites for with the right audience. Then we are good to go. All right. Now the next one we are talking about, the second one is, what is the second one is? Are you clear on the first one? What will happen? Who are going to participate as a scrum master? What is your role and what is the outcome? Are you clear till now? Any questions, please? Yeah,
Sir, the Scrum Master, uh, during the deployment also, what will be his role, sir?
too early was. We are going deep dive. I just discussed only step one only.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Now,
Uh,
yeah, please. What is the question?
Indra, just a minute. The thing is, for us like, in the company, like for us as a Scrum Master, who is going to give this information? Like we'll be having some project to start with this. Like how does that information flow for us?
Very good.
It is like the basic thing I just want to understand.
Let's say you join with the TCS for the,
Okay.
let's say, one XYZ mobile app application. You join today, your
Mm.
onboarding and everything will be done in a week.
Mm.
So during that time, what will happen? They are going to assign you somebody.
Okay.
Somebody is nothing. So somebody is nothing but who are already
Mm.
expert in that product line. Got you?
Okay.
So they are going to set up a, some knowledge transfer sessions to you, and they are
Mm.
going to help you. They are going to help you in understanding.
Okay.
Okay, they are going to help you in understanding. Got you?
Okay.
They will
Okay.
help you in understanding what is the objectives. Got you?
Mm.
What is the objectives? All this area. Okay, what is this project? Who are the stakeholders? Where they are from? Whether they are from India or the US. Okay, what is the project it is? Got you? You are going to get the KT sessions. Knowledge
Mm.
transfer
Okay.
sessions by default you will get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Knowledge transfer sessions by default you will get it. Okay.
Mm.
All right. Now, are you clear? Are you clear the step one?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now the next one is the second one is okay. Now the second one is here is once we define the what needs to be done, there should be someone who are going to document, right? Correct. There should be someone who are going to document. For that, what are we going to do? There is a role called as a business analyst. There is a role called as a business analyst. Business analyst is going to place a critical role here in the documentation. Got you? Business analyst is going to place a critical role here in the documentation. Okay, documentation. Got you? So here what will happen? If let's assume the business analyst is not there, then who will take care? The product owner will take care, or the product managers will take care. Somebody they're going to take the responsibility. Whatever we are going to do the discussion, whatever we are done with the discussions, it is mandatory that it is mandatory to document. So who are going to document? Okay, who are going to document? The documentation will be done by the okay, the documentation will be done by the okay, the documentation will be done by the whom? Let's assume the business analyst. Let's say the business analyst is not there, then who are going to take care? Let's say the business analyst is not there, then who are going to take care? This will be taken care by the okay, this will be taken care by the whom? The product owner or the product manager. So please understand where they are going to do the documentation. Okay, where they are going to do the documentation. There are many of the tools are there. Okay, there are many of the tools are there. Let's say if I can go here, let's say Zomato. Let's say Zomato mobile app SRS document. So please understand whether you are follow these are all the documents names are nothing but software requirement specifications. SRS is nothing but the software requirement specifications. BRD is nothing but business requirement documentation. Or we can follow the even the shared word as well. Got you? Whatever the document that you follow, that is absolutely fine. What that is up to them. We don't have any control which one that they are going to follow. That is up to them. Let them follow. Okay, that is up to them. Let them follow. So here, if you see the images, they are going to document it. What exactly that they are going to document here in the any of the application, and what are the requirements that they are having? What are the specifications that we have discussed? Got you? What are the specifications that we have discussed? You see here, what is the vision for that? What we have discussed? Everything will be reviewed. Everything will be reviewed. Everything will be documented in one place. Why it is very important to do the documentation? Why it is very important to do the documentation? Because this is going to help for the future reference. This is going to help for the future reference. Sorry. Okay. This is going to help for the future reference. Got you? So who are going to do this one? This will be done by the business analyst. Okay, this will be done by the business analyst. They are going to mention the step-by-step execution. Okay, they are going to mention the step-by-step execution. Got you? If you look at the WhatsApp, WhatsApp is not loading for me for today still, but I have shared in the WhatsApp. Okay, there was a one document I have shared in the WhatsApp. Got you? So now what is the next one is it is mandatory to go ahead and do the documentation. Once who are going to do this document, whether we are using the Word, now everybody are using the Jira. Within the Jira, there is a plugin called as a Confluence. That is the documentation tool. You will get the access by day 10. Jira, you will get the access by day 3. So what happens here is the concept is very simple. Whether they are following the Word file, or the SRS, or the BRD, or the Confluence, or anything, the objective is remain same. They are going to document. They are going to document before they go to the next step. So who are going to take a place key role here? The business analyst is going to place a critical role here in define capturing the documentation, capturing the requirements. What are the functional and what are the non-functional requirements? So why it is mandatory? Once the document is prepared, it is mandatory to do the sign off from the both the service providers and stakeholders. It is mandatory to do the service providers and stakeholders. It is mandatory to do. Okay. Now the next one we are talking about is okay. Now the next one we are talking about the once it is done, what is the next step we are going for? What is the next step we are going for the designs? What will happen in the designs based upon your understanding? What will happen in the designs? Can anybody please? What will happen in the designs?
It's like blueprint
We
of
will
the
give
project.
some basic layout.
Very good. So here what will happen? The basic layout will happen. Who are going to do this? Who are going to do this? This will be done by the architects.
Architectures.
Yes. So please understand, each and every company there are some architects, solution architects. Okay. So what the architects they are going to do? Whatever the application that are we going to build, okay, whatever the applications that are we going to build, these applications, okay, whatever the applications that are we going to build, these applications, what they are going to do, they are going to, these applications, they are going to do the complete outline of the, what is the scenario? Complete outline of the application architecture. How the application architecture should look like this. This is how the application architecture look like this. Who are going to build this? The solution architect can do. If you are working for the Zomato food delivery app application or the Swiggy, the architecture will understand the requirements, what needs to be done, and they are going to do the application architecture. Okay. So the application architecture is going to play a critical role. Where to kickstart and where to end. What are the steps need to be followed? This will be done by the this will be done by the this will be done by the architecture. Once the application architecture is ready, there are some designers. Who are the designers? There are some UI developers. Okay, there are some UI developers, user interface developers. So what will happen? These designs are nothing but the blueprints. As our friend said, like they are the blueprints. Blueprints are nothing but what is the scenario? They are going to design. Hey, if I open the mobile app application, as soon as I open this page should be like this, like this, like this, like this. Okay, so why they are going to play a critical role? Because whether the stakeholders are going to get satisfied with this or not. Let's say we build something, we developed something, whether they are happy with the execution or not. This is very critical and very important. Who are going to build this? This will be built by the UI developers. See what will happen. These are the architects. These are the architects. What will happen? Architects they are working for the multiple applications. They are working for the multiple applications. They don't have that much of the time to create the designs. For them, we are having the UI designers. Now the next one is, as I said, the BRD document is, any of the document should be like this. Got you? They are going to mention what needs to be done, what we have committed, and everything they are going to document. Whether they are following the SRS or the BRD, whatever it is mandatory that they are going to document. So what will happen here? The second stage, what happens? The UI developers, the architecture, please understand, the solution architect is going to do the solution architect is going to do the, is going to create the application architecture. From there, what will happen? The designs will happen. Who are going to do the designs? These designs will be done by the UI developers. Once the designs are ready, what will happen? Once the designs are ready, once the designs are ready, I am the Scrum Master. I am the Scrum Master. I am going to set up a meeting with the designers along with the stakeholders. My job as a Scrum Master is to facilitate the meeting among the UI designers along with the stakeholders. Whatever the designs that they have built based upon the document, they are going to do the review with the stakeholders. Okay, they are going to do the review with the stakeholders. Got you? They are going to do the review with the stakeholders. It is mandatory. It is mandatory because without design's approval, it is not possible to go for the coding activity. It is not possible to go for the coding activity, which means that the concept is very simple here. Okay, the concept is very simple here. So once the designs are ready, I am the Scrum Master. I am good to go ahead and set up a meeting with the stakeholders. Okay, so my job is to facilitate the meeting. They are going to do the review the designs with the stakeholders. It is mandatory to review with the stakeholders. Once the stakeholders are approved, it is mandatory that the UI team are going to review with the stakeholders. The stakeholders has to give the sign off. Yes, we are good to go. Once it is done, what will happen? I am the Scrum Master. I'm going to set up a meeting with the team, whoever are going to develop this one. Whoever are going to do the develop this one, the Scrum team, I'm going to facilitate the meeting with them. The UI designers are going to explain what are the designs is all about. Are you clear till designs now? Are you clear till designs? Yeah.
Yeah.
It is mandatory to do the sign off. Once it is done, then the coding will happen. Who are going to do the coding? Each and every application that is available in the Android. Yes, developers, Android and iOS. Each and every application we are having the Android and iOS developers. Then what is the scenario here? Okay, each and every application we are having the Android and iOS developers. Now what is the scenario? Okay, okay. Now the next one is now the next one. What is the scenario? Okay, the concept is very simple. Okay, the concept is very simple. So here the concept is very simple. Okay, here the concept is very simple. So what happens here is, okay, what happens here is, okay, so what happens here is the concept is very simple. So here what happens, these Android and iOS developers, they are going to develop the application. Okay, they are going to develop the applications based upon the requirements. So here what will happen, we are following the agile. We are going to deliver the, okay, we are going to deliver the, what is the scenario? Okay, we are going to deliver the work based upon the designs. Got you? Now the next one is, okay, now the next one is, okay, so here what will happen, who are going to do that, who are going to do the development here? The concept is very simple. Okay, the concept is very simple. So what happens here is, these are all the developers, Android and the iOS developers. What exactly that are we going to do? Okay, what exactly that are we going to do? These peoples are going to execute, okay, these peoples are going to execute the coding activities. My job as a Scrum Master here is, let's say if you are working for the waterfall, You will go for the one go. One go is nothing but what is the scenario? You are going to deliver the product in entire one go. You no need to worry. We'll discuss in some time. If you are working for the Agile, we are going to deliver the small product, bits and pieces we are going to deliver. So here what will happen? Here in the Agile, we are going to follow the duration of the sprint. Too early, you will understand in some time. So what happens here is in the beginning of the stage, what happens? There are some events are there within the timelines. There are some events are there within the timelines. All the events I am the Scrum Master, I'm going to facilitate. Starting from the sprint planning, daily Scrum, sprint review, retrospective, they are too early, no need to worry. We are just learning at the basics. What is your role as a Scrum Master? So here the concept is very simple. Here the concept is very simple. Sprint planning, daily Scrum, sprint review, retrospective. I'm the Scrum Master. I am accountable to go ahead and facilitate the meeting with the right audience. So what is the outcome here? Whatever the work that they have picked up, they are done with the coding. Once the coding is done, it is mandatory that they are going to do the testing. So what are the testing we are having? Who are going to do the testing? The QA team. What the QA team they are going to do? The QA once the coding is done, they are going to go for the testing. Testing is nothing but whatever the work that the QA that the coders are done, they are going to execute. They are going to execute. Okay, they are going to execute. Got you? Okay, they are going to execute here. Testing is nothing but they are going to verify the some software quality. They are going to test it whether they are working as expected or not. There are manual testers and automation testers are there. They are going to verify whether this is working as expected or not. Whatever the business requirements that we are having, okay, whatever the business requirements that we are having, it is mandatory that, okay, whatever the business requirements that we are having, it is mandatory that, what is the scenario? It is mandatory that you are good to go ahead and, okay, it is mandatory that you are good to go ahead and, okay, it is mandatory to go ahead and the QA team are going to test it. Okay, the QA team is going to test it. So the QA team, let's assume that the QA team they are going to do the inspection. They are going to inspect the work, whatever the work that they have executed. If they identified any issues, they are going to create the defects. They are going to create the defects. They will assign back the work to the developers, whoever they have worked. They are going to assign the work to rework. They are going to assign the work. It is mandatory. So what will happen before we go to the next step? It is mandatory to have the QA sign off. It is mandatory to have the QA sign off. It is mandatory. QA sign off. The quality team is going to do the mandatory to do the sign off. It is mandatory. Got you? It is mandatory. All right. Now the next one we are talking about is once the QA sign off is done. Ayushi, please check your mouse, please. Let me reshare. Yeah, okay. Sorry. Let me reshare my screen. Others, whoever I joined, I think 4 people are joined in the middle. You no need to worry, you will get the recorded session. Evening, we are having the clarification session. Got you? Evening, we are having the clarification session. You are good to join there. Got you? Meanwhile, you are good to watch the recorded session once I will share. Then any questions, please come back. Got you? We are just understanding the basics only today. Okay. So what will happen in the QA? Once the coding is done, the QA team is going to verify whether this is working, okay, whether this is working or not as expected or not. Okay, this is working as expected or not. Clear on this? Now the next one we are talking about is, okay, now the next one we are talking about is, the concept is very simple. Okay, now the next one is, so once the testing is done, we are all set to go for the deployment. Once the testing is done, we are going to review. What is the scenario? We are going to invite the stakeholder. Who are going to invite? I am the Scrum Master. Okay, I am the Scrum Master. I am good to go ahead and invite the stakeholder. I am good to go ahead and invite the stakeholder. Got you? Once we are done with the testing, I am the Scrum Master. I'm going to set up the meeting with the stakeholder along with the Scrum team. They are going to do the review. whatever the work that they have delivered. Okay, whatever the work that they have delivered. So what is the scenario? Okay, whatever the work that they have delivered. So what will happen? What will happen? They are going to do the review with the stakeholders. Okay, they are going to do the review with the stakeholders. Got you? Now the next one is, okay, now the next one is, so here what will happen? Okay, what will happen? Okay, now what will happen? So here the concept is very simple. Why it is mandatory to do the review with the stakeholder? Why it is mandatory? Okay, so here the concept is very simple. Whatever the work that we have done, whether they are happy with whether they are happy with them or not, it is mandatory to do the review with the stakeholders. Here in the stage, we are going to get the here in the stage, we are going to get the feedback. Feedback is going to play a critical role before we deploy the code. We are going to double check whether the stakeholders they are happy with the output or not. Sorry, Harshita, go on mute. Any question, please? Yeah. So here what will happen? As a Scrum Master, what will happen? My job is to go ahead and facilitate the meeting with the team along with the stakeholders. It is mandatory to do the review with the stakeholder. It is mandatory to get the feedback from the stakeholders. Once we receive the feedback, all set, we are all should to go for the deployment. Deployment is nothing but they are going to deploy this. They are going to deploy this application into the productions. So what will happen? We are going to release the software to the production environment, go live. Then the end users, let's say if I want to download the Amazon or the WhatsApp or the Flipkart or the Zomato or whatever application, I'm good to go to the App Store. I'm good to go ahead and download it. Now the next one I'm talking about is what is my role here in the deployment? My job as a Scrum Master is to coordinate the release activities. I'm going to share the meeting deployment invites. Who are the right audience from my team and along with who are the production deployers. If there are any challenges, any blockers that they are facing, my job is to facilitate the meeting, get the things little faster. Once the my job is to go ahead and share the meeting deployment invites. Hey, this is what the date I'm having the deployment. Who are the right audience? Once the deployment is done, post deployment meeting invite I'm going to share. Okay, post deployment meeting invite I'm going to share. This is then what will happen once the deployment is done. It is all about the maintenance. Let's say I have downloaded the XYZ application. I have downloaded the XYZ application. I started using them. When I'm trying to make the payment, that is throwing the error. When I'm trying to make the payment, that is throwing the error. Got you? So now what is the scenario? Here what will happen? Any issues comes in from the production. We are going to get the tickets. Those tickets, I am the Scrum Master. I'm going to facilitate the quick connect with the team, and the team will execute, and we are good to again. Once the issue is resolved, again we'll go for the deploy. We are good to deploy them. So my job as a Scrum Master, let me give you an example at the beginning of the stage. The planning here is the planning and requirement gathering is. It is very critical to see that my job is to facilitate with the right audience. My job is to facilitate the common documentation tools. Now the next one is once the designs are ready, I'm good to go ahead and facilitate the meeting among the UI developers along with the stakeholders. Once the designs are approved, I'm good to go ahead and set up a meeting with the Scrum team. Once it is done, during the coding phase, my job is to facilitate all the Scrum events starting from the sprint planning, daily Scrum sprint review, retrospective meeting. Once the coding is done, we are all set to go for the testing. During the testing, if they identify any challenges, if they need any support, I'm good to help them. Once the testing is done, my job is to facilitate the meeting with the stakeholders. Okay, my job is to facilitate the meeting with the stakeholder. If any feedback will come, we are going to document. Once it is done, we are all set to go for the deployment. My job as a Scrum Master is to go for the my job as a Scrum Master is to go for the deployment is nothing but we are all set to go for the production deployment. My job is to coordinate all the activities. Once it is done, if any issues comes from the live application, we are good to follow up in executing the timelines. This is what in real time scenario, as a Scrum Master, this is what is your job. This is what is your job that we are talking about. Each and every stage, what will happen, that is what we are going to talk. It is very critical. Are you clear till now? Yeah, this is very basics. Yeah,
One question, sir.
please.
During the prior to the deployment and during the testing stage,
Hmm.
the sign off is required once or twice, sir, from the test.
That depends on what. Let's say that depends on the technical or the business. Okay, we will discuss them. No need to worry. When we go to the deep dive, right? When we go to the day four or day five class, so we are going to create a project. There we are going to understand what are the things that are we going to execute. Got you? No need to worry. Yeah, we'll cover them. Now, why my WhatsApp is not loading? Okay. Now the next time, till now you are clear. Others speak out any questions. I'm happy to. Yeah, you are good to ask us. Any questions you are good to ask. Now the next step is this is the basic understanding of the what are the software development life cycle. What happens in the all the each and every stage. Now the next one we are talking about is let us try to understand how it works in the waterfall and how it works in the agile. So please understand the concept is very simple. The word itself it says that waterfall. Waterfall is nothing but water will come from the upstream to downstream. There is no overlaps will happen. If any of the project we decided, okay, any of the project, you see here, if I float the water here, this is the upstream to downstream. If the mobile app application is 12 months, so what will happen? Maybe 1 month they will take for the beginning of the stage, all for all the project requirement gathering, planning, analysis, all these things. For the entire project they do, then they will come to they do the sign off. Every stage they are going to do the document. Once it is done, we will go for the designs. Entire product they do the design. Entire product they do the design. Once they are done with the design, the third step we are going to go for the they will do the documentation. Then the coding will happen for the entire application. Let's say 1 month here they took for the requirement gathering and analysis. They will do the documentation. And the second step they are going to go to the entire designs for the entire application, entire product. They will do the documentation. They will do the sign off. Then the coding will happen for the let's say another 7 months. Out of the 12 months, coding will happen. 3 months they will go for the testing. Once it is done, they are all ready to go for the deployment. They are all ready to go for the deployment, not the development, deployment. Once it is done, any issue comes from the production, like this it happens. Let's assume any of the product into the waterfall methodology. A waterfall methodology, there are no overlaps will happen. Okay, there are no overlaps will happen. They will go by the step by step execution only. They will go by the step by step execution only. There are no overlaps will happen. Got you? There are no overlaps will happen. Step by step execution only they will go. Okay, step by step execution only they will go. There is no overlaps will happen. So here the same concept. If the project is into the waterfall methodology, the duration is 12 months. So what will happen? They are going to do the this planning, analysis, requirement gathering, they will take 1 month. They will do the documentation. They will sign off. They will go to the next step. Designs, they will take 1 month. They will do the sign off. Coding will happen for, let's say, 7 months. They will do the complete coding. They will do the sign off. Then the testing, they will go. Entire project, they will do the testing. Then, let's say, they will take 3 months. Once it is done, we will do the deployment. As per the agreement, any issues comes from the production, we are going to take the maintenance. So please understand in these are the interview questions. Hey, what is your understanding on the waterfall? What is your understanding on the agile? Here the concept is very simple. Here what we do, we will go by the here the step by step execution only. We will go by here by the step by step execution only. There is no overlap that happens here. There is no overlap will happen. We will go by the step-by-step execution only. Here in the waterfall methodology, here we will go by the step-by-step execution only. First, they are going to complete in the step one, then only they are going to go to the step two. Each and every stage, each and every stage, there is a huge documentation is required because for the future reference, that is going to place a critical role. For the future reference, that is going to place a critical role. So here in the waterfall methodology, we will go by the step-by-step execution. There is no overlap in the stages. There is no overlap in the stages. Each and every stage before they go to the next step, they are good to go to the documentation sign off is mandatory. Mandatory to sign off each and every stage. When the project we are delivering the project at the end of the project timeline only. End of the timeline only. When we are doing the end of the timeline, when we are reviewing with the stakeholder at the end of the timeline only. When we are doing the review with the stakeholder at the end of the project, then what will happen? Then what will happen? Okay. Then what will happen? The feedback also we will get at the last minute only, end of the project only. How about the stakeholder collaboration here? Till designs, the stakeholders are going to collaborate. Then what will happen? After that, there is no collaboration among the stakeholder and the service provider. Let's say this project is for the 12 months, the first 2 months, up to the designs approvals, the stakeholders are in sync with the service providers, and there is no much collaboration after that. The stakeholder has to wait till end of the project. So the stakeholder collaboration is very minimal. Let's assume the project is kickstarted after 3 or 4 months. Let's say Anusha is the stakeholder. They come and said like, hey, we need to add some, there are some requirements that we need to be add in the middle. At any cost, there are no changes will entertain here in the waterfall methodology. Why? Because they will go by the step-by-step execution only. If they want to implement what will happen in the middle of the project, they are going to stop all the next steps. Again, they will come from the scratch to understand that requirement. That is the huge expensive and the huge time taking process. That is the reason why in waterfall methodology, the major drawback is they don't entertain any of the changes. If they want to do any of the changes, they are the huge expensive. Any changes, let's say the duration is 12 months. The stakeholder has to wait till end of the project. The stakeholder has to wait till end of the project to deliver. Okay, end of the project to deliver. It is very critical. It is very critical. Okay, it is very critical. So what is our understanding here? The concept is very simple. The step one we are talking about is in waterfall methodology. They will go by the step-by-step execution. There is no overlaps will happen in any stage. Now the second one we are talking about is they will go by the step-by-step execution only. Entire product they are going to do the step-by-step execution. Every step they are going to do the huge documentation. Okay, every step it is mandatory. Then what will happen? We are going to deliver the product in the one go. The stakeholder collaboration is very minimal. The review will happen at the end of the project. The collaboration is less here. The review will happen at the end of the project only. Then what will happen? Then the feedback we will get at the end of the project only. If any changes will happen, they are not going to do the changes. If they want to do the changes, that they are the huge expensive. Any changes needs to be done, the stakeholder has to wait till end of the project. Okay, end of the project. Are you clear? Are you clear till now? Got you?
Yes, sir.
All right. Others, please speak out. This is very simple. The product delivery will happen at the last end of the stage only, end of the timeline only. No changes will happen. They will go by step execution only. There is no much collaboration among the stakeholder and the service providers. Any changes, they are going to wait till end of the product. Since they are delivering the product in one go, the review will happen at the last day. Once all the project is done, the feedback also will come at the last. These are the six points. Beyond that, you don't need to break your head. That's it. Now, I am moving on to the most important one. Please focus. We are going to talk about the agile. Please focus, guys. It is very important. You need to understand the concept first. We are going to understand the concept first. It is very critical and very important. So here, what are we going to do? Okay. Here in the agile, what happens? Agile works on the iterative and incremental model of approach. Okay. Agile works on the I have already shared the pics on the WhatsApp, but my laptop it is not working. Iterative and incremental model of approach. So Agile works on the iterative and incremental model of approach is nothing but here in the Agile what will happen? Whatever the duration of the, let's say, okay, let me go on the other direction. Let's say mobile app application is the food delivery app application. Okay, food delivery app application. This is the big complex requirements. Let's say Zepto is the big complex application. Are we going to deliver this in, are we going to deliver this big complex applications into the shorter times? Will it happens?
Mm.
It is not possible. So here in the Agile, what will happen? Here in the Agile, we are following the concept of the sprint. Here in the Agile, we are following the concept of the sprint here. For now, what is the sprint is? Sprint is a time boxed event of 1 to 4 weeks. So here in the Agile, what happens? We are not delivering the entire application in one go. We are going to break down into the small number of chunks, small number of epics. The mobile app, it is a complex requirement. Here in the Agile, we are following the concept of the sprint. It is it is not possible to deliver all the application in the, whether it is a 1 week or the 2 weeks or the 3 weeks or the 4 weeks. So here what will happen? 95% of the projects we follow the 2 weeks of the sprint. 5% of the projects we are going to follow the 3 weeks of the sprint. Why it is, you will understand later parts. So mobile app application is the complex requirement. Here in the Agile, we are following the concept of the sprint. In my project, we are following the 2 weeks of the sprint. Practically, it is not possible to deliver this complex requirement in one sprint. We required multiple sprints to deliver. Then what will happen? The product owner is going to, let us try to understand what are the role of a scrum master, scrum team. Scrum team, there are three roles are there. Scrum master, product owner, okay. Scrum master, product owner, and the developers. So please understand one liner answer for now. Scrum master is going to take care of the facilitator. Product owner, please understand, within the scrum team, please understand, within the scrum team, the product owner is the one point of contact for the stakeholder. Product, the word itself, it says that the product who, what is the product? Product is nothing but the, let's say we are building the Zomato. That is the product. Okay, we are building the Zomato. That is the product. Within the scrum team, somebody is going to own, right? That role called as a product owner. Within the scrum team, scrum master is going to take care of the facilitation. The product owner is going to take care, he is going to own the business. He is the one point of contact for the stakeholders. The product owner is the one point of contact for the stakeholders in terms of the prioritization, in terms of the commitment, in terms of the what needs to be done. Everything from the scrum team, the product owner is the one point of contact from the business. The word itself, it says that the product owner, he is going to own the responsibility of that product in terms of the priorities and other activities. Then who are going to deliver the working software? We are having the developers in the sense we are having the coders and we are having the QA. They both are responsible to deliver the deliver the working software or the any of the product. So there are three roles are there in Scrum team. Scrum Master is taking care of the facilitation. For now, please understand our job is facilitator only. As soon as the days progress, you are going to understand. Okay, you are going to understand. Clear now?
Sir, later we will understand what is the sprint epic user stories, right?
We will go deep dive, boss. No need to worry. Got you. Now, so now what happened here is the concept is very simple. Okay, the concept is very simple. So what exactly that are going to do? What exactly that are going to do here is the concept is very simple. Okay, the concept is very simple. Now, mobile app application is the complex requirement. Okay, mobile app application is the complex requirement. So what will happen? See here in the Agile, we are not following the concept of the. We are not delivering the entire product in one go. We are delivering the small functionality. So the product owner is representing the business. You will understand, boss, what is the epic, what is the things, because we are still on the beginning only. You will understand. So mobile app application is the complex requirement. The product owner is going to slice it down or break down into the what is the scenario? Slice it down or break down into the okay, slice down or break down into the epics. What are the epic is nothing but epic is the let's say sign up page is the one epic, sign in page is the epic, forgot password is the epic, payment gateway is the epic. So communication address is the epic. So if I want to build the application, build application is the complex. This application is the complex requirement. Then what will happen? Complex requirement. The product owner is going to slice it down or break down into the small number of epics. Sign up page is the epic. Sign in page is the epic. Forget password is the epic. Payment gateway is the epic. So for now, let's assume this is the priority. What is the epic is nothing but this is the large body of the work. Let's say if I want to develop this sign up page in 2 weeks of the sprint, it is not possible. I need multiple sprints to execute. For that, what will happen? This sign up page is the complex requirement. The product owner is going to break down or slice it down into small number of issues or nothing but the stories. They are too early. You will understand on Wednesday. We are going to create a project. We are going to slice it down. We are going to slice down. We will play the product owner role. Everybody, we are going to play the product owner role. Let's say sign up page is the complex requirement. The product owner is going to slice it down into the small number of issues. Let's assume to deliver this sign up page, the product owner has created the 100 user stories, 100 issues. Don't confuse what is the epic, what is the story, what are the feature. You don't need to worry. We will deep dive. For now, please understand this mobile app application is the complex requirement. Here in the Agile, we are following the concept of the sprint. Okay, here in the Agile, we are following the concept of the sprint. Practically, it is not possible to execute that in the everything in the 2 weeks of the timeline. The product owner is going to break down into the small issues. Let's assume there are 100 issues are there. My team is able to deliver only 10 issues, 10 stories for the 2 weeks of the timeline. The product owner is going to do the priority. Hey, out of the 100, these 10 are priority for the sprint one. So what we are going to do? Here what will happen? Let's assume there are 3 developers are there, 2 QA are there. So simple concept. Here in the Agile, we are not delivering the product in one go. We are delivering the product in a small piece requirements or nothing but we are keep on adding the some value to the product. So since it is a complex requirement, the product owner, the team is not going to deliver that everything in a 2 weeks of the timeline, 2 or the 3 or the 4 weeks of the timeline. The product owner is going to slice it down or break down Slice it down or break down into the small issues. Now the next one we are talking about is, let's say we are following the 2 weeks of the sprint. Let's assume these are the developers I'm having. Developer 1, 2, 3. So what will happen? Based upon their capability, based upon their bandwidth and their availability, they picked up the user stories. One user story, Amit. Ashwini, she has picked up 2 user stories. Deepthi, she has picked up 1 user story. These are all the small requirements. So what will happen when we are following the 2 weeks of the sprint here? Let's say 2 weeks of the sprint. We started our sprint on 22nd. 2 weeks means how many days? 14 days, correct? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There are 2 Saturdays and 2 Sundays will go. Then how many working days we are having out of the 14 days? We are having the 10 working days we are having. The developers are going to pick up the work, how much work that they can deliver in 10 days. Based upon their availability, bandwidth and the capabilities, the developers are going to commit the what is the scenario? The developers are going to commit the objectives. It is very critical and very important. Okay, very critical and very important. So what will happen? What will happen? Let's say today the sprint is kick-started here. Let's say 22nd. I have picked up a small requirement. I will do the quick analysis. I do the coding. Once I am done with the coding, at least by here I will move it to the QA. The QA is going to deliver the working software. They are going to test it and they are going to verify yes, this functionality is working as expected. Which means that what is the scenario? We are not delivering the entire product in the Agile. We are delivering the bits and pieces. So they are going to do the quick analysis. They are going to do the coding. They are going to do the testing. By end of the sprint, we are going to deliver the working software. By end of the sprint, we are going to deliver the working software. Once the coding is done, they will move it to the QA. They are going to test it, whether they are functioning as expected or not. Now the next one we are talking about is, let's say sprint 1 we have delivered. Okay. Let's assume sprint 1 we have delivered. Sprint 1 we have delivered. Now what is the scenario? Okay, let's assume sprint 1 we have delivered. Then what is the scenario? Okay. Sprint 1 we have delivered some XYZ work. We are going to do the review with the stakeholders. Okay. We are going to do the review with the stakeholders. Then when we are getting the feedback, each and every end of the sprint we are getting the feedback. Okay. Okay. Each and every end of the sprint we are going to get the feedback. Correct? Any changes needs to be done. What is the scenario? Any changes needs to be done. What will happen when the new sprint will kickstart? The new sprint will kickstart by tomorrow, which means that what is the scenario? Which means that what is the scenario? We are good to we do the coding, we do the testing. By end of the sprint, we are going to deliver the working software. Let's say the sprint is done here. Again, the new sprint will kickstart here. Again, the product owner will do the prioritization. Again, the developers will do the analysis. They do the coding. They do the testing. By end of the sprint, we are getting the feedback from the stakeholder, which means that what is the scenario? Let's assume sprint 1 we have delivered something. Then what will happen? We got the feedback. Again in the sprint 2 we are going to deliver another set of the stories. Sprint 3 we are going to set up another story, another set of the stories, which is nothing but here in the Agile works on the iterative and incremental is nothing but iterative is nothing but here in the Agile we are following the concept of the sprint. Each and every end of the sprint, the team is going to deliver the working software. Incremental is nothing but sprint 1 we have delivered 10 stories. We are good to. Sprint 2 we are going to deliver another 10 stories. They are keep on adding the working software to the previous increment. We are adding the value to the product. This is how Agile works. So here what happens, each and every end of the sprint, we don't care about the documentation. How much documentation that you did, they don't care about it, because we are not delivering the end-to-end product. We are delivering the small requirement. Everybody are going to look after how much work that we have picked up for the 2 weeks of the sprint, whether that is in the working condition or not. So each and every end of the sprint, we are going to talk about the working software.
Sir,
Here in
how
the
do we create? Sorry to interrupt you. Sir, how do we create user stories?
too early, ma'am. Day after tomorrow, you will understand.
Okay.
Yeah. Day 3, you are going to get the access for the Jira. We'll create a project. No need to worry. Yeah. Now, what happens here in the Agile? We are following the concept of the sprint. Here what happens? How frequently we are delivering the working software? Each and every end of the sprint, we are going to deliver the working software. When we are delivering the working software at the end of the sprint, what will happen? We are going to do the review with the stakeholder and each and every end of the sprint. Every end of the 2 weeks, we are going to do the review with the stakeholder. So what will happen? We will get the feedback upfront from the stakeholders. Now the next one, what will happen? Any changes will happen. We will accommodate in the next sprint, which is starting from tomorrow. So the risk is very less. Here in the Agile, what will happen? The stakeholder satisfaction is very high, because every end of the sprint we are collaborating. Throughout the project, we are collaborating with the stakeholder. Any changes, what will happen? We are good to accommodate, and we are good to accommodate in the next sprint. The risk is very less here. Simple to understand. Here in the Agile, we follow the iterative and incremental model of approach. Here in the Agile, we follow the concept of the sprint. The team is going to pick up how much work that they can deliver in the 2 weeks of the timeline. By end of the sprint, they are going to deliver the working software. When they are delivering the working software, we are inviting the stakeholder and we are giving the review with the stakeholder. We are going to get the feedback upfront from the stakeholder. No need to wait till end of the project. When we are getting the feedback upfront, the stakeholders, what will happen? They are going to, if any feedback will come, we will get the feedback, we will accommodate in the next sprint, which is starting from tomorrow. So the stakeholder satisfaction is very high. The stakeholder collaboration is very high here in the Agile throughout the journey. Now the next one we are talking about is changes. Let's assume we decided to go further at the beginning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After 3 months, the stakeholder come and said like, hey, for now 4 and 5 is not priority. 6 and 7 can we execute? We are good to accommodate. At the beginning of the stage or mid of the stage or end of the stage, we are going to accommodate the changes. Any stage we are going to accommodate the changes. All right. Any stage we are going to accommodate the changes. Clear on this? Are you clear on this? Are you clear now? What are the differences?
Yes, sir.
It is very simple, boss. Very simple. Got you. Now the next one is. These are the basic fundamentals. Now, tomorrow, who can give the marks? SDLC, who can cover? Guys, who can cover SDLC, Software Development Lifecycle?
I can cover, sir.
Who is the one?
Ashish.
I'll also, Harshita, I'll
One
also
second.
try, sir.
One second. Ma'am. First, I heard what is the name?
Ashish.
I heard one more name. Ram Mohan, you are
Harshita.
the one.
Yes,
I need one more here for the waterfall.
sir, Yuvraj.
Yuvraj. Now, Agile, who can cover the Agile?
Indra, have you taken my name, Indra?
Yes. Here,
I
waterfall I
can
have.
cover Agile, sir.
Ayushi.
Yeah.
I need one more here. Any volunteers? This is very critical, guys. See what will happen, you are going to learn the things little faster. All right. So how many peoples we got? It's 5 peoples. Each one is 1.5 minutes, strictly time boxing. Dot by 6 o'clock, I will kickstart with Ashish. If Ashish is not there at 6 o'clock, I will not come back to Ashish. I will move on to Arshita, which means that 5:55 you should 5:58 you should be there in the call.
Hmm.
Got you?
Okay.
Now these are the tomorrow
Sure.
marks. Now the next one we are talking about is today evening. I'm going to check my calendar. What are the times? What are the time slots works for the? What are the time slot work for the? What is the scenario? What are the time slot works for the? What is the scenario? What is the time slot work for the? What is that support clarification session? I will message you by 9:30. You will get the notes Q&A and the recorded session in by 9:30 because I have a class now in another 3 minutes. Once 9:30 I'm done, you are going to get the notes. You are going to get the Q&A. You are going to get the recorded session by default. And please complete your preparation at any cost. Please come up with the questions in the evening. That helps you for the faster execution.
Indra,
Earlier,
where we'll get that recording?
you will get boss
In
in
the
the drive.
driver?
I will share everything. No need to worry.
Okay.
WhatsApp or email?
No. WhatsApp, I'll share the links. Email, you will get the links.
Okay.
I mean, you will get
All.
the. No. WhatsApp, you will get the links. From there, you can direct.
So whatever today you have shown that those materials.
Everything you will get it. Supporting document, everything you will get it. By 9:45, you will receive. Yeah. Because earlier,
Um,
what happened? 5:45 to